Morning, YouTube. Robert the Coroner Drap here. Just working on my first cup of coffee. Just woke up. Figured I'd come out, watch some American Dad. Try and put together a good day today. The crazy part for me is last night we had a friend over. And to be honest, I had forgotten that he was even coming because I thought that he had told me that he wasn't going to be able to make it. So I was like, okay, fine, no, whatever. We'll just set it up for later. Because, you know, you got to be flexible. Life happens. You can't be completely ironclad the whole time. Otherwise, you stress yourself and you break. So I try not to put too much pressure on anybody. I try not to say, hey, no, you gotta be here at this time, you gotta do this, unless it's really, really important. The down part for me was, like I said, I've been trying to work on, you know, remembering stuff and all this, and he dropped by last night. You know, we hung out, we had our fun, and that was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I was glad to have. Oh crap! I thought I was going to sneeze there. I was glad to have one of our friends in the house. You know, kind of, again, throwing together something that's going to mix up your life a bit to help you out, you know, to help you keep things fresh and keep things from going stale. But the problem comes is I had apparently invited him to stay the night, you know, and he brought all his stuff, and then we couldn't figure out where to let him sleep. Because this is a one-bedroom apartment and we didn't do any prep beforehand. And that in turn, you know, led to him going home last night at like midnight. And he lives all the way in Houston. Again, I feel just super bad. I feel terrible personally. I'd rather be doing this video at or in the living room, having, I don't know, slept in here or figured it out how we were going to do this a little better. But, you know, the way I look at it is this: I can't let this slip by me and not let it teach me a lesson about how to improve myself. I have to figure out a way to make sure that the lesson sticks, to make sure that I know that, hey, no, this was a thing that was primarily caused by me. This was a problem that I created, and because of such, it means that I have to learn how to improve myself, how to make adjustments to my memory training regimen and improve each and every day. But, you know, little things, and you eventually get there. Let's see. Let's see what else to talk about. Oh, topic of relevance, Game of Thrones coming back. I feel very much like it has been a long time since I watched Game of Thrones and, made the effort to do so. And I will continue. I will get back to doing so. I will watch it, and watch out for reviews and spoilers on my channel, because I will absolutely review that. I mean, I love Game of Thrones. I've been having a lot of fun, and I will now issue a spoiler warning, because I have not read the books, but I'm going to talk about what I believe is about to happen from what I remember of Game of Thrones. So, if you don't want to see spoilers or hear spoilers based on last season's Game of Thrones, or maybe you want to just watch the whole thing later, I'm going to try and give you a visual cue you can see later in the film after I'm done talking about it, okay? So here's your cue to, plug your ears and try not to listen, and maybe you'll see like my mouth moving, and hopefully you, like I, cannot read lips. That part was for me. No, so we left our friends in Westeros. Jon Snow, having been declared the king in the north and basically the head of the male Stark household, Littlefinger needs to die. And I think the person that needs to end up killing him has to be Sansa. Because if you don't kill Littlefinger soon, he's going to ensure that not only does Jon die, but Sansa's gonna die. And the only person I think could do it and get away with it would probably be Arya. Why? Because everybody believes Arya's dead. Arya's been training with the Faceless Men. So, she's an assassin. Which, to be honest, had you told me season 1 this girl's going to be a fucking straight up stone cold killer, I didn't buy it. In fact, my husband had told me several times, oh, she's got one of the highest body counts in the series. After seeing Cersei torch an entire goddamn town, I don't think I can count that. So, and now it looks like that old hag's prediction from real early on was true, that all of her children will die. That's sad. Because Tommen took himself out. Joffrey got what he deserved. I mean, comeuppance will come for all of us. Let's see. The daughter died because of the Danes. Wow, that was wrong. Dorne. Taking real world events. Dornish, because the Dornish killed her. The long goodbye, I think they call it. And then, yeah, Tommen stepped off a ledge, so... Thwap. And now she calls herself queen. Honestly, what needs to happen, it's time for Cersei to go. It's time for Cersei to go. Jaime could live, but I would rather see him with Brienne of Tarth. But it's not going to happen. I know it. I am pretty damn sure that Jaime, being as loyal as he is, as invested emotionally as he is in Cersei, he's not going to give her up. He's not going to stop. It's not like he's going to find another woman and then be like, oh no, I'm going to leave you for her. No, fuck no. No. Not happening. Let's see here. Dig. I think the Lannister name will be redeemed through Tyrion and his work with Cersei, and what he knows of the Seven Kingdoms and his most recent political events. He's got to know that the time is now. Because there is no more Baratheon line. There really isn't. All of Robert's bastards are out there, but no real claim to the throne. Cersei's holding the crown, but it's time for everybody to step in. The Unsullied, what is it? Dothraki, the Marine Army, all the places she's been in Slaver's Bay. Turn it around, put it on ships, sail across the ocean. That's what she's doing. I think she needs to start in Storm's End, or she needs to sail north to stop the Greyjoys, because either way, it's time for a lot of these people to be put down. I think we're gonna see a lot more fighting, a lot more full-on battles than actual, small chunks of death. Like, story, death. This is going to be battle with lots of deaths, a little bit of story, but who am I? One of my favorite things from last season was Jon giving back the black, because he took the black. He was Lord Commander. What are we going to do? I don't know. My watch has ended. Beautiful. So, it's going to be interesting. It's going to definitely be interesting to see what comes up in the next season, so... that's it. Oh, sorry. 2, 3, 4. Take your ears out. But no, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful series so far. Absolutely glorious. Oh, speaking of, there's one of the wrestling shows YouTubes I watch, Joe Cronin show, has a donation, because I don't know if I've talked about it on one of the Coroner's Corner or offices, but the way that he does it, he streams himself through Skype and Discord and kind of records himself, and people can live donate while he's live streaming. And This in turn gives him the option to take donations from the crowd, and when a donation of a certain amount comes in, you get a little GIF, you get a little song or audio clip, and it used to be every donation over $1, but now it's every donation over $5 gets read out by the computer voice from Microsoft Windows, the female Microsoft Windows voice. The one that I like the best so far, actually there are a lot of catchy ones, which is what makes you want to donate. But the one that I like the most so far is Bobby Roode's Glorious $24 donation. Basically it's the clip of Bobby Roode's entrance theme mixed with a little bit of like faked audio from Joe pretending to be Bobby Roode, and then a little more of his intro, and that's it, and then it reads the message. I want that audio. I really do. I think it'd be hilarious to have it as just, either a text alert or a ringtone, and be like, glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. No, I won't give in. It's like guitar riff, and then I'm fucking Bobby Roode. Triple H wants to fuck me. Hilarious. But no, I put that as my ringtone for certain people. And who knows, maybe I'll figure out a way to do that. Maybe I'll figure out a way to get that audio and that donation put on my phone. But don't know yet. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Ooh, again, playing Final Fantasy, I finally made Black Mage. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be interesting to go through. I've got some things to do on that, but I don't know where to go from here, but I know, again, that I'm going to have fun because I made the promise that I would try, and so far I don't hate it, I'm really having fun with it. Let's see, what else? Oh, I know this will never reach their ears, but Think Geek, I love you and I hate you. Because last night while I had some time, I went through and I forget why. I think it was on my timeline. Like, I'd scrolled through and one of the adverts popped up. And I'm like, oh, well, this is a thing that interests me. Let's go through this. And I started picking oh, look, let's see if they've got this. Oh, what do they got over here? Let's go this way. And I don't remember everything that was in my cart, but I do remember it was going to be like $200. And oh, you want to hear something shocking about this? I went to their website hoping to find another pair of my Hufflepuff pajama pants. I know I'm wrong. I know that I was looking in the wrong place, but I wanted to see if they had it because I was pretty sure I'd seen it there before. But I'm looking online. I find some things, sleepwear, argyle pant, sleepwear pants, and that's fine. I would take that, something different. But every time I looked for something in Hufflepuff, it was sold out. So, fellow Hufflepuffs, and the same generally went for Ravenclaw, but plenty of Gryffindor or Slytherin. Guys, Think Geek, to hell. We want the Hufflepuff and the Ravenclaw stuff. bring it back. Can't be that hard, you know. Maybe you didn't think it'd sell that well. Most people don't base. Most people that are shopping your website probably don't base themselves on the frickin' movies all that much. When you're including Firefly and Serenity, you know you're reaching deep into the nerd fandom. But no, that just kind of irritated me that I couldn't find Hufflepuff in a lot of things, Ravenclaw in most things. Let's see, what else? Had my first cigar in a long time. Yesterday. Oh boy, I missed that. And it was again thanks to my friend Elena. She had given it to me and super tasty. Loved it a lot. Although, because I don't, because we want to kind of keep our apartment in a really good shape, in a really nice manner, smelling good, not, getting stuff into the paint, into the walls, into anything. I found a window where I could comfortably sit, or comfortably be at and smoke, which happened to be the kitchen window. I had the window open, the blinds open, holding the cigar out the window, bring it in, blow it out the window, all that. Barely inside. But got kind of a, I don't know what you would call it, except high. Because I haven't smoked a cigar in forever. But I love them. I do. I think I always will. And, I think it's important that we acknowledge our vices. Things that maybe aren't healthy, but are definitely something that we love. So that way we can work to eliminate the things that are truly unhealthy for us and maybe limit ourselves on the things that we like but don't do anything good for us. Like a cigar. That was the first cigar I've probably had in, I'd say, a year or two. Maybe even 3 or 4. And I do my best to resist the urge to go out and buy, 6 or 7. Because, to quote the wonderful Gene Hackman in, what was that movie? It was Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman. I have that movie. I know I do. About being submarine captains. To quote Gene Hackman, don't like them too well. Shit's more expensive than drugs. 'Cause they truly are. Hang on. And to drugs. It's gonna be an interesting day to say the least. I gotta be at work today for a rather extended period of time that I'd probably rather not be there. But the truth is, I don't hate being, being there. As long as I can work, I can do my job without having somebody on my back the whole time. I think I'd be okay. But, you gotta kind of learn to work with people that don't want to get off your shoulder, that want to peer over your shoulder. Hey, are you doing this thing? You need to do this thing. Hey, remember to do this thing. And generally, because I had this problem with Sam's Club. The problem that I had was that they started expecting each cashier to pull in a certain number of upgrades, credits, things like that. And it's happening at Home Depot. So if we don't get a certain number of credit approvals a week, or even I think a day, after so long we get pulled into the office, we get talked at. And after so many times of that, they start writing us up, which can lead to termination. Personally, I think it's bullshit. No corporation should hold that hard an accountability on their employees. If it came back, like if you were observing a cashier and over the course of the day they get 0 credit applications, none, but they have, let's say, a 98% or even I'd say as low as 95% credit interaction, then you can't fault them. They're doing what they were told to do. And sometimes even that credit, it won't, constraints won't allow for the credit talk, because that whole speech takes a couple minutes. I'd say it takes 45 seconds to a minute and a half, because you ask the question when they usually and presumably say no. I slip in what I say, well, I just want to let you know what we're doing with it. I understand you're not interested, but let me tell you what we're doing with it right now in case you change your mind and want to come back later and get it. We're doing this, this, and this. I usually list about 2 or 3 points that are positive about the credit or upgrade thing. And that gets people thinking. And having that, now if I were to scan a thing, because when I scan something it asks, would you like to put this on your Home Depot account today? It should ask, would you like to apply for Home Depot credit today? If I push no, that should be it. That should be, okay, they asked, person pressed no. Heck, it shouldn't even be a cashier choice. Because most people, when they load the counter or they come to the checkout aisle, they go straight to roll it up, leave it in the basket, or leave it on the counter, and then go over to the credit card pin, little pin pad. And when they do that, they take and they put they start manipulating the pin pad. They look at it, and the first thing that should happen is, after I scan something, it should ask on the pin pad, hey, would you like to apply for the Home Depot credit today? This, combined with the fact that every cashier has to ask, because if it pops up with a, hey, would you like to put this on your Home Depot card today? That's fine. That is a reminder that asks the cashier to go into the credit spiel. Fine. Doesn't bother me. I'll ask. The thing that bothers me is the fact that we're penalized for people saying no. People that don't want it, people that can't get it. Even with the supposed secondary options that give customers a line of credit without having certain criteria met. But it's kind of the same everywhere, and it shouldn't be, but it is. But thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm gonna edit the crap out of this and then try and play some Final Fantasy. Have a little bit of fun before I have to go to work today. So, see you later, YouTube.